What is going on, guys? So today I kind of want to do something a little different. We are actually approaching very quickly the anniversary for Pokemon Masters, but the global release, from my research and from my horrible memory, was on August 29th. Now, we're not quite there yet. It's only the 13th as of the day that I'm recording this video. But I have actually been playing the game a little bit longer than global release because this game actually soft launched in Singapore like a month early, and then you could play through a VPN in Canada and stuff like that a little bit before global release. So I have actually been playing the game at this point for over 365 days. And I just kind of wanted to go over like my journey and kind of make this into like a two-part video about just my experience with Pokemon Masters over the last year. This video in particular will be more of like my experiences, my channel, myself just at playing the game, like seeing how that stuff has kind of evolved. And then in part two, closer to the 29th, we'll actually do a video on how the game itself has evolved and just in general, like all of the stuff that's kind of happened. Very first video that I ever made. Pretty sure this playlist has every single video. I'm having trouble hearing you. That's because I'm not talking to you, Siri. It could be missing one or two because I'm kind of forgetful, but the very first video that I ever made, what do we know so far?
Doing a video like this for an entirely new audience is...
Okay, so a little bit of context here. So I used to be very, very heavily into Pokemon Go. I used to make analytical videos for different Pokemon every single day. I used to make daily videos for that and kind of go over, in general, what was good, what was bad about them. And at the beginning of every video, I used to do like a kind of like a small skit. But can I just point out here, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have been on a diet for the last year as well, and my boy in the picture is looking kind of plump. I'm plump in this picture. What's wrong with me? Yeah, I have thinned out a lot. I kind of feel like, I don't know if you guys I don't know how many of you guys out there are Friends fans of the Friends show. Friends. Jesus, that's hard to say. I don't know how many of you guys out there know the show Friends. Most people would know it. I feel like in this picture, I'm like, in this picture, this small box right here that I'm stuck in right now, I'm like when that man was stuck on some drugs. It's
weird.
I
dress up for my new job interview, guys.
I don't know what like I said, everything started out with a dumb skit.
So what is going on, guys? If you're a longtime subscriber or...
And the whole like point of like the setup in the background is basically I had whiteboards so that I could do like handwritten notes about what was actually going on with a certain Pokemon. And then I had some green screen stuff that I did, just some camera tricks to kind of spice up the quality a little bit. But yeah, so the very first video that I ever made was what is Pokemon Masters and what do we know so far? So this was actually published July 3rd, 2019. I had started gaining a little bit of interest about the game after they had announced it and just kind of wanted to figure out a little bit more what it's about. And then I kind of made like 5 videos about it. These weren't daily, I don't think. This was on the 16th. So yeah, this was a few days later. This was a look at the trailer, speculation and predictions. So this intro, for the people that have been around for a while, this intro is like super old. I don't use it anymore. But basically that is some, for the OG people, that probably brings back some dumb memories. But yeah, we took a look at the trailer. We actually watched the trailer and I kind of break down a little bit about like what's going on in the trailer. This is just kind of like going back to the way that I used to handle Pokemon Go videos. This was kind of a transitioning phase for me, and I just kind of talked about it. My boy's still looking pretty plump. Just pretty much broke down the trailer. Get some battle details. This is as they were releasing videos about the game, like what is basically upcoming and how the game's going to work. And I just kind of went over that stuff, kind of echoed what the videos already were talking about. We got a release date.
We do actually have a release date at least a placeholder release date. Pokemon Masters was just posted on the Apple's App Store, Play Store. I don't have an Apple, so I don't know what that's called.
Well, that's changed. I had actually switched over to an Apple
This
device.
is the App Store. And you're basically able to go ahead and pre-register for the download, so as soon as the game comes out, you can already have it ready to go on your device. And the release date actually associated there is August 29th, which is...
So that was global release date, and that's kind of where, as you can see, July 23rd, 2019. So they announced it there. If we take a look at this video, this is a setup guide how to set it up.
Yeah.
So on July 26th, I was already like playing the game, as you can see. So I got to play it a little bit earlier than most people. You had to like do a whole bunch of shenanigans with a VPN. It was really dumb. You had to connect to this VPN every time you played it and stuff like that. But to actually play the game, that was definitely worth it. So the content that I started making, I think I can pull up. So this is what my release schedule used to look like. This is, I don't do this anymore. But I actually used to do like a crazy like release schedule. So every day of the month I had like a video that I wanted to put out. I used to actually go through, and some months I would have 2 slots. I think at one point I did actually have 3 slots whenever I was playing through Sword and Shield as well. So I used to do Pokemon Go videos daily. And then when Sword and Shield came out, I started doing a Sword and Shield video at a late time slot. And then I did a Pokemon Masters video at a late time slot. And then basically it was Pokemon Go during the day, every day, and then alternating between those 2 games at night. And then once Pokemon Masters actually started gaining steam, I eventually switched it. I went down on the Pokemon Go videos and started doing those in the basically every other day time slot, and doing Pokemon Masters videos daily. And then once Sword and Shield playthrough actually ended, I quickly went back to just doing daily videos, because publishing 3 videos a day is insanely difficult. I'm a one-man band, and that definitely is pretty stressful. I used to actually just kind of publish videos every other day for this stuff, but I basically just started out like anybody would. I just kind of started playing through the story. I tried to capture, like, I'm a big believer in capturing every moment possible, and just sharing that moment with people. I don't know why. I always want to, share everything. And there's definitely some
involving our sniping.
There's definitely some quality issues here, but I used to just actually screen cap my phone and then just have my camera set up in my living room at the time. You can see this chair back here. This is my wife's clothes. Just right back there on her her computer chair. We don't actually live in this house anymore. That's another big change that happened. But yeah, so I used to just kind of overlay my phone on top of the video, and the way that I edited these videos was insanely taxing on my system. Editing 2 video streams like that was like just already pretty taxing on my computer, and eventually I upgraded everything. But this was pretty much the style for quite a while. So you can see here, I mean, we pretty much just kept it this way for the longest time, and basically all I did was kind of just sit and play the game. And
Can't do that anymore.
it's weird looking back at like how empty some of my characters look, just because I've played with them for so long and they're maxed out now. It's just weird. Then we actually got our very first data mine. So the data mines were kind of interesting. Of course, the Discord here is still going, still huge. You guys should definitely join it. So basically, this first data mine that we got was just a bunch of like random stuff about like the global launch. So we got the blue banner. We got a bunch of different units that were going to be like available to scout. Just a bunch of different stuff. And it was pretty big. And at the time, I don't know why, but I guess I was like afraid to like, I don't like being spoiled. Like, I don't like people spoiling stuff for me. So I try not to spoil things for other people. And here, like, you can see every time there was some new stuff that was happening, I would put like spoilers in the thumbnail, and I don't know. It was just, I just didn't want to be that guy. But after that, I basically started trying to bring in my style from Pokemon Go into Pokemon Masters, and it sort of kind of works. I feel like now, like looking back on it, it doesn't, like you can analyze a kit in Pokemon Masters, but it's not nearly as an importance to highlight a kit as it was in Pokemon Go, because in Pokemon Go we were doing PvP, and you know, Pokemon Masters doesn't have PvP. We could basically just talk about like every like nitpicky situation that a unit could be good in, and I mean, okay, like that's good, but like PvP was just so much more in depth for Pokemon Go, and it was just a lot easier to carry that type of content throughout an entire video. Whereas in here, like I kind of go over Rosa and why Rosa's so good. I literally made a 22-minute video about Rosa. It's a lot. Anyways, so we basically just played through. I used to actually do the sync pair stories. I used to I actually think these were kind of funny to do.
You made me feel better too.
I'm happy to hear that. After all, you're someone I look up to. Sometimes I wish I could be more like you, Atticus.
Yeah, so I can't read. I'm a pretty terrible reader. But yeah, I went out on a limb, started reading. But I actually take like their voices and I try to like pitch my voices to match the character. So like if it's a female voice, my voice is pitched up high. Anytime that I'm responding like with a response on the actual thing, it's my voice, and then the announcer voice is just me reverbed. Yeah, I used to do that, which I don't do those anymore, just because they're super painful to make, and they're just kind of got boring. I did a few like evolving videos and stuff like that. Of course, we went through the entire story. The scout animations, how to know what you're gonna get, and this was, I don't know, pretty self-explanatory, but it's pretty self-explanatory now, but at the time, like, it was kind of confusing, like what you were gonna get, because most people didn't understand the actual animations. As you can see, we do have a blue limelight, which is basically where we just analyze blue. We had one for Olivia. We had some more evolving videos. Rock type training event. I used to actually play through every single thing in a rock type training event. My brother, he used to play the game on and off a little bit, and he actually was one to get blue. And I couldn't get blue at the beginning. Like I tried to get him and I just couldn't get him. And my brother got him. And since I was doing the sync pair stories, I told my brother to record a video for me
because this is my channel. So here we go.
I mean, because I know my brother, of course, this is way funnier to me, but this is kind of just a funny joke that me and my brother did. I thought it was pretty funny. But anyways, yeah, that's good times, man. Good times. Gear explanations, grass type events, a Lyra Limelight, which is just the analytical type stuff. 9,000 gems trying to get blue in Pidgeot. I definitely have spent a huge amount of gems over the course of this game. I've spent quite a bit of money as well. Hilbert, Hilda. All right, so I made these two videos. This was kind of like, these were like two videos that were going back and forth with each other. A lot of people seem to really dislike this video whenever I first made it. You can see 32 dislikes on it. This video was meant to couple with the other video, but instead of making an hour-long video about 5 reasons you should and 5 reasons you shouldn't play Pokemon Masters, I split it into 2 videos. Looking back, probably should have condensed it down way faster. Definitely shouldn't have drug it out like 25 minutes per side, but should have definitely made it something a little bit quicker. But this video is basically me ranting about early on. October 9th is when this video debuted. October 9th, I basically had been playing the game for a couple of months, and I was ranting about some of the things that I dislike about the game. And a lot of people were just like really up in my junk about this. Like, oh my gosh. But I mean, I even tried to like state it here. A few things that you should remember. I love this game to death, and I'm only trying to demonstrate things that frustrate me about the game. There are many things that are frustrating in this game, which I didn't talk about, and the developers have acknowledged quite a few points, as they still do to this day, the developer updates. I mean, they you can see I recorded it on the 7th. They've already like addressed some of the things that I talk about. Just people like really got up in me on here. But it was supposed to be coupled with this video, which is kind of the reason to keep going.
Read the official statement.
And I kind of talk about like just the things that are changing, the things that are good, why you should continue playing. Yeah, so I don't know why people like, I guess it's definitely the way that I presented it, I feel like at this point, but definitely a lesson learned on that one. But anyways, so we got a message from the Pokemon Masters team there. We got the electric type training event. Just some more sync pair stories, some more spoilers. As you can see, huge amounts of data mine news. This was Caitlin and Glacia. Oh man, Glacia is a good one that we should talk about. So Caitlin, you know, I did my analytical thing on her. Where is Glacia? Where is Glacia? All right, so that actually it may be one of the videos that didn't end up in the playlist. But I spent 18,000 gems trying to get Glacia. People in the comments were just like, why? I feel bad. Dude,
why, dude? Why?
See? Like, dude, I love Glalie. I don't know what it is about Glalie. I just have always been really into Glalie. I think it wasn't worth it. I mean, she is the worst 5-star in the game. Don't you sass my lady like that. No. I mean... Play the game how you want to play it, man. Don't let people bully you into getting things that you enjoy. So I promoted some sync pairs back in December. So I think December was whenever I first started promoting stuff. I mean, I don't have any 3-star sync pairs anymore. I have some less than that now because of egg Pokemon, but that's one of the things that we don't have. We don't have eggs this early on. So ice type training event, data mining, letter 4. So Mewtwo. Giovanni and Mewtwo was our first legendary to come out, which was actually pretty cool. So it got announced, and of course I did my analytical thing on them. And here's kind of like how I used to do those. You can see my plump boy over there. I used to kind of just talk about some highlights. I used to go over like their stats, their moves, their damage output, just kind of like a general take on it. The utility of the Pokemon, because co-op was so much more important back then. Co-op was such a big deal, just because co-op was like, I feel like DNA kind of like focused heavily on co-op as their in-game content, and it's definitely diverted from that since then, which I do feel like is for the better. I mean, yes, Pokemon is a franchise kind of built upon trading with your friends, battling with your friends, being with your friends, like sharing with your friends, stuff like that. But we're antisocial, all right, Nintendo, all right, DNA. We're some antisocial little people, and co-op is fun. I still think co-op is fun to an extent, but there were just a lot of things that were inherently slow about it that made it frustrating to play. And I used to talk about the utility of that Pokemon, whether it be in single player or co-op modes. Future proof, like how likely is it that they get power crept? Mewtwo, of course, I don't think still has really gotten power crept completely. I mean, there are bigger damage dealers, but definitely not in the typings that he can output. Team ideas, I just kind of used to give like a general like, hey, pairing them with these Pokemon and these trainers would be kind of cool, and then some parting thoughts and stuff like that. And yeah, I still of course do summon video or a summon
damage output. Like, think back to the
I must have been sick in this video. Then we got our first 2 seasonal outfits, Rosa and Delibird, Cybold and Octillery. I still don't have Cybold and Octillery. We're coming up on the holiday months, so hopefully they bring those back and I can get my second chance at Cybold. Trying to get Grimsley and Liepard. Okay, so this was me trying to go through the very hard stuff in the story mode and trying to do it just with NPCs. At this point, I mean, you can already tell, at this point, I'm trying to do this stuff with NPCs. That's how much it would, I avoided actually playing co-op just because it was just so annoying. I would rather do it with NPCs. Like, that's just how it was. is just pretty weird. Some more sync pair stories. Some interlude from the story. I unlocked Giovanni and Mewtwo without co-op. So back when this event launched, it was pretty much easier to get Mewtwo. Yeah, you can see my voice changing. It was pretty much easier to get Mewtwo because if you grinded out the co-op stuff, you could actually get the materials to unlock him faster. But because I was in this mindset of I want to share everything, I actually like just grinded out all of the single player stuff first so that I could get him and then use him in the actual co-op section. So there you can see in co-op, I hadn't even like the exclamation point signifies I haven't even touched that stage yet. This was also, I think, the first time that they had introduced something super hard. So with the level caps and stuff like that, slowly just Pokemon releasing, getting better and better. Of course, they needed to up the difficulty on certain things. I think this is the first time that we had super hard. That may not be true, but it's the first time I can remember. And it was definitely difficult back in the day. I made my first tier list videos here. So we get a 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star video respectively, kind of literally taking an analytical approach at every single sync pair and just kind of going over them. The tier list videos are kind of weird. I don't like making them anymore just because like it just... I try to state my reasons in the video for why I put Pokemon in certain tiers. I even try to state like, this Pokemon hasn't released yet. I don't have any hands-on experience. And people just like, I really do feel like people skip to the end to look at this picture and then they comment like, they just comment on it. Some people like will actually watch the entire video and analyze it with you and listen to your reasoning. But some people just skip to the end, look at this picture and just say, no, dude, you're wrong. Solgaleo got announced, which is pretty cool. This is where I stopped doing the whole spoilery thing. Well, I started to, because the very next video you can see I blurred out a bunch of stuff. We got Lance announcement, so I did a analytical video on him. And then I actually tried to, so very early on, I kind of like guessed that it would be important once the game launched to have a video that talked about the top 5 tips for beginners. And this video did really, really well. I mean, 36,000 views. I think it got most of its views like the week that the game launched, which is great. And I do feel like this needs to be updated now for sure, but I do feel like at the time it had some really decent tips in there because there were a lot of things that now it's easier to like grind out your stuff, but at the time it was kind of like you needed to really focus on like grinding so much. So there's a few tips in there. So eventually I thought, well, hey, like now that I've been playing the game for a while, I would consider myself an intermediate player. Let's make a intermediate player video. So I made one for intermediate players. And this one, as you can see, like view-wise, did not do anywhere close to the same. But I think it's because at the time we were riding the wave of the global release and, you know, kind of stuff. And I kind of flubbed up in that. This guy points that out. But we will talk about that. Got Hilda, maxing out Solgaleo, boosting all my 5-star sync pairs to level 120. This was actually close to the point when they had just released the level cap, I think, to 120, something like that. So I actually had some fun. I did some Discord related videos where I actually went through the co-op stuff for the EX co-op stuff. So EX battles aren't as prevalent now. They're still in the game and you have to do them to get gear. But at the time, we were actually just trying to beat them so that we could just clear them and get that first piece of gear. And then eventually they got easy enough to where you could literally just auto them. I think now most of them are still autoable, especially now that they've updated the way that co-op works and stuff like that. But I did some videos basically with you guys where we just went through and we tried for hours some nights trying to beat these things, which was pretty fun. I actually went through and tried to do the super hard stuff in the story by myself as well. A bunch of stuff. So yeah, this was right. So the reason that these say pre-update is I basically went through and beat these with NPCs and I successfully did that, but they had actually updated the way that the EX battles work right before these videos were set to come out. And my problem was that it's going to look like I'm like getting all hyped and, doing all this hard work when they just changed it. So it was kind of unfortunate on my part with the timing, but just is what it is. I did a series of videos where I basically just kept promoting my 3 stars. Once I summoned enough to get enough 3-star power-ups, I would literally just promote all of my stuff up. Getting Ethan here, another letter. Somebody actually suggested that I do a video about some sync pairs that I personally want to see in the game. And this actually was the updated intro for the videos. Which I like sat there and keyframed all that out. So yeah, that was pretty good. So that was actually a pretty cool video. Some people just like, it's my opinion and people still agreed or disagreed with it, so whatever. Beginner's Guide to the Sync Grid. That was literally me just going through the tutorial, I'm pretty sure. Legendary event revealed. Kukui and Rayquaza was the legendary at that time, which is kind of cool. Scouting for Kukui. Something big is coming. This was actually a really cool like thing that they did. I actually kind of hope that they do this again because this was actually really fun. I want to get more like just like anticipation. Like the anticipation for this like whole thing was just super cool. So they released this like small little trailer that just eventually led to us getting Mew, which was just so good. It was just a really cool like another professor is coming. So I don't know. It was really fun. I really enjoyed that event. I hope they do more of that, but pretty good. And then I actually started taking like an analytical approach to doing sync grid reviews, which also I feel like is kind of in the same vein as my other analytical videos. They make sense to a degree, but because there's no like PvP or anything that's like hardcore, there are going to be situations where some sync grids just make more sense, and that's just definitively going to be the better sync grid. And then there are going to be situations that are way more narrow, but definitely make more sense for that specific situation. That's fine. But that's pretty much the gist of every sync grid. And I drug out these videos, 11 and 12 minute videos to talk about that kind of stuff, which it's just not like, it's just not fun to make. Nobody watches it. It just wasn't worth like the time and the effort to put into it. An analytical view at Mew and Professor Oak there, doing some free-to-play stuff, trying to beat basically the EX stuff on very hard with free-to-play units, which was pretty difficult. Sync grid overview for Professor Oak and Mew there as well. Some grass type training event, going broke for Steven. I did spend all my gems in this video, but I bought more before the end of the video. Somebody actually even noticed it. Anyways, so we got Steven. He was a pretty big. Steven's super cool. Everybody likes Steven. Also, you can kind of tell in my videos, I used to, I still did like a green screen kind of thing, and I color graded my videos really, really hard.
You gotta be kidding me, man.
I don't know why. I don't know why. Yeah, more sync pair stories. The Steven event was here, maxing out Mew to 5 stars. I said like in one of the videos, like if you guys want me to max out Mew to 5 stars, I will do it. I delivered. Running out of options here, so I promoted like all of my 3 stars pretty much. Somebody asked about like using 5-star promotional tickets and who they should prioritize, so I made a video about on that. We got some evolutions. So back when the game first launched, not every Pokemon could actually evolve, which was, I understand why they wanted to do that, because it allowed for power creep to be a lot easier to handle. So Brandon was one of the ones that couldn't evolve in the beginning. Brandon couldn't evolve his Trico into Grovyle, and then obviously up into Sceptile. And I feel like if they would have stuck to their guns, it would have been cool. Like later on, like I feel like people would have been okay with it as long as like Sceptile ended up becoming really awesome. Like even if they had to wait for it, good things come to those who wait. So I feel like that would have been a really cool thing. But there was a lot of people in the community. There was a big backlash about like, well, this NPC has Sceptile. Why can't I have Sceptile? And I get it, but they basically just said, all right, if it's in the game and it has an evolution tree, we're gonna let you evolve it. So that was kind of cool. And now when they release Pokemon that can evolve, they pretty much release them with their evolutions. So that's kind of changed for better or for worse, whichever way you want to look at it. We did get just like our like little like half anniversary kind of thing where we got Red announced. We got Signature Lisa, which was just 2 dominating units. We of course started getting our sync grids released with the characters, which they still do that now. Winner and losers of all the new evolutions based on the numbers. So I literally go through and look at every single evolution and kind of figure out like who wins and who loses. And the reason that like this was still me kind of phasing out of my like analytical Pokemon Go mindset. I actually used to keep this spreadsheet pretty up to date. I don't actually update it anymore. It's probably still in the description to most of my videos, but yeah, it looks like some of the spreadsheet's actually broken as well. Anyways, I used to keep this like really big spreadsheet just full of just all the information that you could ever need. I don't update it anymore. But I used to keep all that, and I use that to actually create like my analytical videos and stuff like that. Since I don't make those anymore, it doesn't make sense for me to keep updating that spreadsheet. I shared it with people if they wanted to look at it, but I just don't mess with it anymore. So we did that. We got Valerie and Sylveon, which was actually a really big deal because that was our like first fairy type sync pair outside of Mina and Granbull. So this was supposed to be a big one, but didn't really deliver. Unfortunately, Fantino got released. Some sync grid overviews for Elisa and Rotom. Chapter 22. I evolved every single one of the new evolutions as soon as they came out. Battle Villa was getting detailed here, which is actually good. Pokemon Day, which this is actually where they did that little like trailer for the anniversary, which we are waiting to see. So they actually revealed some stuff. Yeah, this trailer here, which was actually really cool. So we see like Wally and Gallade has already been released, but eggs, which we already have in the game. And I mean, pretty much all the stuff that they've been talking about, they have delivered on. I mean, there's still a few things in that trailer that we're still waiting on, but not too much. Sabrina and Alakazam came out. I did a scout video for Red. Testing our luck on Elisa. Final push for Steven because I just couldn't get him. I went broke for Steven. Like I really did. So this was actually kind of nice because I was like, all right, here we go.
See, I am so close.
339.
But I still have yet to get him. So we are going to do a little bit of a summon video. It's not going to take us too long. I'm not that many scout points away. If I get him before I hit the scout point limit, oh man, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to waste any more gems on this banner, honestly. I mean, it depends on how many gems we are away from getting the scout points. But either way, let's go ahead. On the count of 3, if you want to follow along, we're going to go in 1, 2, 3. Dude, I summon. Boy. You've got to be kidding me!
I got him on the very first summon of the video in a daily, which was pretty nice. So the curse had been broken. That was pretty good. Battle Villa. So I used to literally play through Battle Villas, and then I started doing like challenges with Battle Villas. Here you can see back in March, I did a sync pair tier list again. Of course, it was kind of the same stuff. A lot of people just didn't even... Oh, that's the 3-star one. A lot of people seem to just not even watch them the second go around, which was fine. But yeah, there was a lot of like disagreeing and stuff like that, which is fine. I mean, it just is what it is. It's my opinion. But I definitely like... people were like, oh no, Red should not be on the same level as Olivia and Brandon. Red is way better. I like, dude, he's an S tier. And like the way that I did tier list, basically, if it was S tier, you like wanted to have them, like absolutely. It wasn't like they're godlike and they're like the best unit in the game. It was like you want these sync pairs. You really do want them and you want to use them. the which actually some of this stuff has changed since then, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Tier lists are kind of more Battle Villa stuff. The co-op to Battle Villa, new events, less grinding. I think this is this when they started talking about the stamina system? Like, has it really been that long ago? That's my old set.
More of like a meta.
Those plants, yeah,
So I can get behind
that plant right there.
Making it more fun to collect and train sync
They're still here. It doesn't look like that was talking about stamina at the time, but of course that's been a pretty big topic since then. Some things that I learned about Battle Villa after beating it, which sync pairs are going to help you conquer the Battle Villa, everything you need to know about lucky skills and more. I feel like just mainly like the biggest thing that I've done, which this video is probably going to be very long, but kind of ironic that I'm saying it at this point. But I feel like one of the bigger things is that I used to drag out videos really, really long for some reason. I mean, there was a ton of information to go over, but like you could easily have, I could have crunched that down and made it way easier. Scouting for Fantina. I literally wasted all of my gems on that. New events 1.8. Guzma, Plumeria, Battle Villa 2. Let's see. So I almost have no more 3 stars. So I tried to get rid of all of my 3 stars, and I accidentally, yeah, I totally miscalculated and thought that I had enough materials to get Ramos, but Ramos was the last 3-star to ever exist in my account. So that was kind of a dumb thing. Tried for Guzma again. Battle Villa 3. So I think after the 3rd one is where I started doing, so I started doing challenges in Battle Villa, which was kind of fun. So basically the whole gimmick here was that I had to spin a wheel full of all of the sync pairs in my account.
Those sync pairs,
and I could only use those 9 sync pairs that day. I rolled 9 times, got 9 sync pairs, and had to use those throughout the day. Had to like build teams on the fly. As you can see, who in their right mind is going to choose Aegislash, freaking Ariados, and Toucanon as a freaking team? Who? Me, for some dumb reason. So that was actually a really fun thing. I actually did like a big recap on it, and did like a full like. I challenged myself to this kind of thing, which was kind of cool. Big update. That was when Wallace and Jasmine and just a lot of other sync pairs were getting updated with their sync grids and getting released and stuff like that. So you can see Wallace. Ho-Oh was coming. Just a bunch of good stuff. Jasmine, Wally. Wasted all my luck here. Wallace and Melodic. Played through the Ho-Oh event, which actually really was fun. I challenged myself to a randomized Nuzlocke Battle Villa. So that was kind of the gimmick here. So you rolled 9 times, and out of those 9, you couldn't use them again. They got removed from the list. So the challenge is if I basically used red, if I got like red on a day, I would be squared away. If I went as far as fainting red and Charizard, then I lost them for the rest of the challenge. So there were days where like I would stop myself really short after only playing like 3 or 4 like hauls, and it was just because I was trying to conserve my resources, and it got really interesting. It was actually a pretty fun challenge. Shortly after that, they actually released a way to just hit the optimize button and the game would choose sync pairs for you. Very nifty feature for new players. It kind of was punishing. I basically did like an optimization challenge where you had to hit the optimize button no matter what. If you fainted all 3 Pokemon, the next team was just optimized, and you just pushed as hard as you could every day. And I think I lost both of those challenges. They were very, very difficult. The Blissful Bonanza event, that was actually a really good event. That was kind of fun. Was this after we had moved? Yeah, this was right after we moved into the new house. So that was kind of cool. You can see, so the corner that I'm in now is actually it's basically like 6 feet horizontally from where I'm at in this video, and you can actually see that I had already started dieting. I had lost quite a bit of weight by then already, but yeah, so we had moved into the new house. That was all kinds of fun and dandy. There's some more overview stuff. the water event, Dawn and Turtwig. New information on Entei, which was our first challenge. Now this is peak content. This is where my channel peaked, and this is just always do. We are gonna head back here and do a quick sync pair scout. So we are still on the hunt for this girl. If we can just please, by the graces of Arceus, pull Dawn and Turtwig. On the count of 3, 3, 2, 1. No good antenna, are you kidding me? No good doors. Get out of here, Marlin. Water type and a water type training event video, are you kidding? All right, so that was at the end of one video. I then, like, right after that video, because of how the daily content, I would record multiple videos in a day. I recorded the Battle Villa 7 Part 3 video, and this was at the end of that. Scout, we're still on the hunt for... Do that. Skip a little bit. I talk a lot. For this, on the count of 3. Why? Why must you? Why must you do this? Not even a good antenna. Give me something. Oh, that hurts. That hurts so bad. I just recorded the water type training event and got Marlin. So this is 2 Marlins in a row. Just because I don't want to get 2 Marlins in a row. We're going for another one. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I swear, if it is a Marlin, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go Super Saiyan if it's a Marlin. Oh my God! Why? Peak content, boys. That's just. It doesn't get any better than that. That is literally the best video I have ever made. So then we got the announcement for the stamina system. What is that doing in here? Get out of here. It doesn't go in there. Legendary event for Entei, of course, which was very difficult. Challenge Unova. Not much challenge there. First egg that we ever hatched. This was pretty nice. It was a Bellsprout. Spoilers. Scouting for Serena and Finnegan. We totally got shafted on that. Cobalion wants to go, so we fought Cobalion. And oh man, we are at the end. So, all right. So as you can see, if you look at the pacing of the videos, it's gone from basically every single day that I've posted a Pokemon Masters video to I about do them once a week now. The reason that I've actually slowed down on it is because one, it's very difficult to do daily content for me. I've been doing it since since August of 2018, because I made daily Pokemon Go videos since August of 2018. But in the very first video that I ever made on Pokemon Go, I even stated, take me to my playlist, please. So the very first episode of Pokemon Go that I ever made, my intention here, this was September 16th. Oh, sorry, September, not August. I keep trying to say October. Anyways, I talk forever. I basically just said that I want to get better at video editing and just make more quality content, and it quickly devolved into quantity content because I was making daily videos on Pokemon Go. I basically wanted to do a vlog style for Pokemon Go, and that quickly transferred in to just quantity over quality for sure. And it has taken me too long to realize that quality should probably be the first priority. So that's why I have honestly slowed down in terms of the content production, because I just want the content quality to be a little bit higher. Of course, certain things are going to have to be time sensitive, like data mine leaks and stuff like that. That stuff has to be, pretty much released ASAP, or it becomes irrelevant very quickly. But scouting videos, those are going to be, happening whenever banners get released. I don't want to do repeat banners. I'm not going to waste my gems whenever, the anniversary is coming around to scout for freaking Kukui and Olivia. I don't care. I just don't. I would much rather save for the anniversary. That's just me. If you guys want to do that, whatever. Yeah, so currently I just have really been focusing on the quality of my content versus the quantity, and I hope that that doesn't like burn me in any way. But yeah, so this year has been a very, very huge challenge, just to say the least. Very, very fun. I mean, Pokemon Masters has been really, really fun. I got like, I'm a freaking partner with DNA. Like, that's so crazy to me. I can't, like, if you would have told me when I made this very first video that I was going to become a partner with the company that is making this game, I would have kicked you in the shin. There's no way I would have just believed you. And I mean, it happened. I am a partner with this company and I love working with them. One of the most recent videos that I have, they sent me some stuff and it's super nice. Like, it's just so cool. And I'm so like, just this journey has so far been amazing and it's super fun. So excited. Currently we have the rock type training event, which I still have yet to hatch any eggs for because I don't know why they decided to do this. I don't know why they took a freaking page out of Pokemon Go's book. Please, DNA, please listen and say and understand that I should be able to just crush a Pokemon egg into an omelet and forget about it. I do not want to sit here and not be able to get eggs because of some stupid cash grab. Please. Because the rock type training event or the rock type egg event is going on, of course, we're going to do a big recap of that once that's over. I don't know, like, I feel like I want to do like more recap type videos of just like the events and how fun they were, but I feel like a lot of the hype is during the event rather than after the event. So I don't know. I've got to figure out something on that, but give me a second and we'll go do our sync pair scout that we do for every video. So I mean, at the moment, like, I don't really need anything out of these banners, and I don't have any paid gems. All right, we're just gonna throw this out. I mean, it's just is what it is. Good old iOS there. Yeah. Show me the money. It's a 4-star. Cybold. He doesn't have his sweater vest, so it's worthless. It's worthless. But that is actually going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for watching. As always, remember that if you want to join the Discord, there's some people in there talking. They are talking right now. This guy says, "Nice going, CJ." That's actually a message in the Discord. I'm not lying. But you can join that. It's down in the description below. Also down there's a link to YouTube memberships and Patreon if you want to support me. If you already have like some extra like love in your heart, hey. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and head out. I will catch you guys in the next video.